Welcome to Chapter 1, Page 5, Business Activity. What is a business? A business is an organization that provides goods and services. Now, let's look together at these definitions. Number 1, business, organization that produces goods and services, such as food, clothes, and translation. Number 2, organization, group such as a club or a business that has formed for a particular purpose. In other words, it is when people are structured and managed to meet a need or to pursue collective goals. Number 3, goods, physical products such as a mobile phone, a packet of crisps, or a pair of shoes. And finally, services, non-physical products such as banking, car washing, and waste disposal. So now we know a business is an organization that provides customers with goods and services. The candy cycle shop example illustrates many features of the business activity. Let's look at some of the features of the business organization. But before we start, let's look together at how a business or an organization works. There are different types of business organizations and they have different missions and goals. All organizations need employees in order to carry out the missions and the goals. These employees are managed and trained in order to use the resources of the organization efficiently. And pay attention, the resources in the organization are used to produce an output. Now the question is, how many outputs do we have? 2. The first is goods. Goods can be seen or touched. For example, when we are hungry, we eat. When we are sick, we take a medicine. When we need to study, we use a book. The second kind of output is the service. Services cannot be seen or touched. For example, when we go to the bank, we are not satisfied by the papers, we are satisfied by the employee's service. Now, let's look at the features together. Number 1. Business activity produces an output, which is a good or a service. Thuranga is selling second-hand bicycles. These are goods and offering a repair and maintenance service, and this is a service. And that means Thuranga applies with the definition of a business because he sells second-hand bicycles, which are goods, and he provides repair and maintenance, which is a service. Before we continue, let's together look at the definition of the word output. Output is the amount of goods or work produced by a person, machine, or factory. Now let's look at the second feature. Goods and services are consumed. Customers buy the second-hand bicycles or consume the repair and maintenance service provided by Thuranga. So the business produces an output, which is a good or a service, and the customer consumes this output, which is either a good or a service. The last feature, resources are used. Spare parts such as tires, wheels, and chains, oil, tools, equipment, and electricity are just a few of the resources used by the candy cycle shop. Money, such as the 300,000 loan from his grandmother and his 100,000 savings, is also a resource. The resources used by businesses are often called the 4 factors of production. These are explained in chapter 44, pages 368 to 374. Let's repeat the concept one more time. So the company needs resources to produce an output. For example, in the candy cycle shop, he used different resources such as the tires, the wheels, the electricity, and the money. Let's look at this graph together. To conclude, we can see how the 3 features are connected to one another. The business produces an output, which is a good or a service, and the output is consumed by the customer. And in order for a business to produce an output, the business needs resources.